Welcome to Sidewalk Talk. I'm Steve Fortunato, founder of Shovel the Sidewalk, a marketing firm in Buffalo, New York. We work with small businesses. We help them work on, develop their brand, create their advertising. We believe in the power of authentic storytelling. That's why we have this podcast. We bring guests on and we help tell their story and connect them with other people. And in times like this, we are obviously taking seriously the recommendations of social distancing. So we're doing it online. But while person-to-person communication it has been difficult, and actually in person, we are not going to stop telling stories. And now we're utilizing the power of the internet to help everybody out there. In this situation, we're very fortunate to have a very busy person with us right now, Eric Posa from Copeland Technology Solutions. They are super busy because everybody is trying to figure out if they hadn't planned properly, how they can work remotely from home. Eric, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for taking time out because I know how busy you are right now.
Absolutely, Steve. My pleasure. Anything to help everybody in this situation.
It is a tough situation, but I do know this, and I know we kind of talked a little bit before going on air. Just personally, what I keep telling people is, you got two choices: run for the hills, or recognize and have confidence and know that eventually, whatever that new normal is, we're going to have a new normal. We're going to be back to normal. Life is going to move on. And so plan for it and have confidence. But in the meantime, communication is so critical, right? And because we're so fortunate to live in a time with this technology, just 10 years ago, no way could we be getting so much work done. We're fortunate enough being in an industry to be able to do that. Obviously, we feel for people like in the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
What they're in a tough spot. But so let's get to the people that you can help, Eric. These companies that need to improve their ability for their remote workforce and for their team. What recommendations do you have? How can you help these companies right now?
Well, the biggest thing I would recommend is strong leadership, and really leading your team and being a vocal part of leading your team, and also demonstrate to your team what it means. We had a big meeting on Tuesday with our group, and basically said, and not to quote Die Hard on your podcast, but John McClane said, you can be part of the solution and you can be part of the problem. So we told everybody we want to be part of the solution. We want to be part of the solution for our customers. We know this is going to be tough. People are going to be calling us at 7:30 at night. People are going to be calling us at 5:30 in the morning. As long as we communicate and set the right expectations, they'll be served. And we are going to be judged, whether it's right or wrong, based on how we respond in this situation, and we help them. So from our perspective, leadership is the most important thing. Being clear and setting the expectations is very important. So team, we are going to be out of place here. We're all in this together. Our expectation now that you're working from home, because we're tech people, right? Our whole group is tech people. That doesn't necessarily mean people are comfortable working from home, and they don't really know what that means. It's not really, there's no document that defines, here's the steps of working from home. So you have to set the expectation. The expectation is you are online at this time. You're taking a lunch. This is how you communicate to people when you're not at your desk. Our expectation is you're going to be as responsive as if you are at your desk. And most importantly, and I think people are kind of forgetting this piece, we expect you to have fun with this, right? So people are sending emojis, people are sending GIFs, they're sending funny messages and videos and stuff. We're still being productive, but geez, we gotta have some fun. We gotta have some fun with this, right? I mean, right. We won't make it through if we don't have the fun. So I think from a leadership standpoint, making sure those expectations are clear. From an infrastructure standpoint, I think anyone who right now doesn't have a plan in place or the technology in place, you're gonna have some challenges. Reach out to your network, get some information, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever it is. Ask the question, what are you using for XYZ? I need your help with communication. What do you use for chat? And see what other people are doing. There's a lot of free offers out there. You may not know about them, but just ask for it. And it'll kind of help you on the infrastructure side. And obviously, if you want to, you can reach out to us. We'll do our best to respond to you, but reach out to your network and really lean on them for advice. I'm doing it for like the FMLA stuff. So I'm leaning on my Vistage network right now to do that. And it's coming through.
Well, even talking about communication, I mean, we're just using Zoom. This is free.
It's free.
We have 40 minutes of able to communicate. I could screen share if I wanted to right now, and we can go through all different type. I mean, this is not, if I can figure this out, right? This is not difficult.
Yeah, right? It can be scary, and a lot of times people don't think about what it's going to be to work from home for a long period of time. So they're just like, oh, I'll make do with this and that. Let your leadership team know, if you're the person working from home, let them know you don't have a webcam. You don't know what a microphone is. Don't be afraid to raise your hand and ask questions like, oh my gosh, someone's going to laugh at me. I'm not technical. And this, at this point, doesn't matter. We're all here to help each other. And I'm hoping that anyone who is technical, if someone who's not raises their hand, you empathize with that person. I implore you to do that. There's people out of their comfort zone. Empathy will open up this situation to things getting done.
Do you think with everyone working from home, will that like I don't know the term for this. I know I won't name it, but there was another there's another company that we have used, and another vendor that we've used for this type of communication, and we were overloaded. It wasn't working.
Yeah.
And we switched over to Zoom, and Zoom has been fantastic. So are you worried that could, as more and more people figure out how to work remotely, is that going to be a problem? And what can someone do about that?
Yeah, I mean, well, there's two things. I mean, infrastructure and technology. Think of it as like you have 5 people on like a raft, right? And you're going down, going down a stream. People are jumping onto the raft from land. It's going to teeter everything. Everybody's going to move. Everyone's going to be affected by it, but eventually it's going to level itself out, right? So we definitely in the solutions that we provide, we saw some bandwidth issues, some delays, and things like that, but it will self-correct. The internet has an amazing way of self-correcting itself, right? What I think now, our biggest challenge, what people are going to see is once things become mandated and that flow of information filters down, people who aren't prepared are going to scramble. So the throughput of our ticketing system and our staff is going to be a challenge for us. And, we're just authentic and we're transparent. Listen, guys, we're working on this. I'm going to call you by 2:00 tomorrow. Is that okay? Yeah, usually that's okay. We're working together through this. So yeah.
Well, for those businesses or small businesses or just individuals who are not prepared or have not prepared for working out the kinks and working remotely, is it too late? What should they do?
One of the main things I always see in like a triage situation or something where you're in uncharted territory is there's a great book about Navy SEALs and how they attack some things. It's prioritize and execute, right? So you got to get into a war room. You got to all sit down, your leadership team or whoever, everybody. Nail out those things, those key parts of your company. Your services, your billing, your back end, communication and sales, because you can't stop doing that stuff. Identify all those things that are really important, and then start executing on ways to make sure that those can live on without the physicality of being in the office. So it's very important that before you execute, you prioritize and you plan quickly and then execute. If you execute first, you're going to have to adjust. Like for us, we had that meeting up front. We set the expectations, even with all that upfront stuff. we're self-correcting ourselves now. Now we're doing, instead of just morning sunrise meetings with the team, we're doing half day meetings just to make sure, hey, what's the second half of the day look like? Because it's changing so quickly.
Yeah, we were doing 3 check-ins a day. Our team's smaller
Hmm.
than yours, but we were
Hmm.
doing 3. We cut it down to 2. Now, depends on, we're trying to do as much as we can for our clients, but we want to make sure we're communicating because we're not seeing each other,
Right.
right? So to me, you have to force the communication, right? I mean, it's just different. You're not going to pass each other in the hallway anymore, right? At least for the time being.
Correct. And you're going to see, everyone's going to try and get in your face with information or follow-ups on sales opportunities. Hey, I want to introduce you to SEO. Eric,
Yeah.
do you have a few minutes? You're not going to get that response anymore.
Right.
My thought was, things you have open, opportunities you may have open on the sales side, you're going to get delays on people. If you want to, thinking out loud here, I mean, if you want to really get something to continue to move and sales to move, help somebody through the situation and then see if that translates into a quicker sales cycle to something. So,
Mm-hmm.
hey, listen, I know you're going through a tough thing. We're going to give you a month of this for free to get you off the ground because we know you need this in this time to help kind of keep things rolling.
So it leads me, and we'll wrap up soon. We're talking with Eric
Yeah.
Posa from Copeland Technology Solutions. They're obviously busy in a time like this, trying to help everybody figure out and to not only work remotely, but to work efficiently remotely and conduct successful business ventures. So, but okay, you talked about what free advice, what advice can you give to somebody right now who, like you had said before, they're not tech savvy, and maybe they don't have access to the IT professional at work because it's not set up properly yet, and that person's going from house to house to house trying to fix things, or maybe that person cannot go into the houses right now because of their medical situation. What advice do you have for Jane or Joe Doe? What should they do?
Um, for me, I think, especially in the city that we're in Buffalo, it's a city of neighbors, man. I mean, use your resources out there. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you don't know how to use FaceTime, you don't know how to use Skype, you don't know how to use Teams or chat or this, reach out to people. Send something out on Facebook, create a group, do a hashtags, do something. But reach out to people that may be able to help you, because I can promise you that people are in the helping mood. They're in the giving mood, right? They're seeing a lot of the stuff, what's happening. There's information to be had out there. Twitter, amazing things on Twitter. I Sunday at 9:30 p.m. I'm preparing for the week and how we're gonna roll this whole remote workforce out for our whole network. And I saw a tweet from Ninja RMM, which is our remote monitoring and management tool, saying, hey, have you tried using this piece if you're one of our beta testers on something? Sure enough, it became part of our full-blown strategy to roll things out. I would have never seen that if I wasn't on Twitter. And you have to get information. You have to collect the information. And then secondly, you have to be open to accept that information, open to try things outside of your comfort zone. Don't be that person that says, oh, this stuff never works for me, or you can't be that way. This is a moment to step in outside of your comfort zone, outside your box, and figure what to do and to get it done. Be part of the solution, man.
Excellent. Last thing. You're in business, you're working from home. I know you got the kids and that whole situation, and
We had the talk before this call. Yes.
Yeah, but it's difficult, man. It's also difficult. Just I'm going to be the gym teacher today. It's which I'm looking forward to. It's going to be fun, the whole family time. But I think scheduling is so important. That's what I've been getting a lot from people too, and talk, because I think people are they're putting on their sweatpants and maybe they're sleeping a little bit later, and or they're not getting themselves ready or whatever. It's just the mental thing, right? Are you finding you're a real organized, tactical kind of person, you're an analytical guy? So Are you finding that, are you recommending to employees that, are you making that mandatory? What are you doing to keep people on schedule?
So everybody works differently, and you have to kind of, I'm a control freak.
Mhm.
Something like this where I don't know what the future holds, I don't know what's happening, and I can't plan around that, tends to makes me pretty anxious, to be honest. I do think it's important to get into a routine.
Okay.
But if you're a person that plans everything to the minute, continue on planning everything to the minute as best you can. If you're someone that's loosey goosey, and your schedule kind of flows like a leaf on a breeze, um, you may want to carve out some pieces during the day just to check in with people, because you may be going through your day with how you handle your day. Someone else who's not in the office with you now can't see that. Oh yeah, you're working, you're doing your thing, you're in your flow. Checking in with people, just letting them know, hey, I'm here. Do you need anything? So the different personalities, you still have to get in some kind of rhythm, just expectation wise. So I know, people know I'm always online, usually from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. For them, I need to just know, hey, if you're available 8 to 4:30, whatever it is, I know I can reach out to you and things like that.
Great advice, Eric Posa. Actually, your second time on the podcast.
Second time, man, I'm a
Yeah,
two-peater.
this
That's
is wow.
crazy stuff.
This is good. This is big time.
Hey, in
This is big
situations
time.
like this, you need a nerd, you need a geek to help summarize some stuff. So always happy to help anybody.
Yeah, we're gonna lean on you. I hope that's okay with you, because as you know, and as everyone knows, the situation is literally changing by the hour. We might have a plan to do something the next day, but it's changed 5 times before then.
Absolutely. I can't say it's not selfish. The more we can reach up front, and most we can get up front, the better my team is, the better we are to help support that effort.
Love it.
So yeah, get in front of this stuff. Have a plan A, plan B, and let's get at it.
I know it's going to be okay. But I thought your advice was great. Don't. It's okay not to know the answer, even if you think
Yeah.
it's just reach out to friends, reach out to
Mm-hmm.
whomever. Go on. It is amazing. I mean, I'm not handy, but I can go on YouTube and figure out how to hammer a nail into a wall. It'll
Yeah.
show me.
Twitter shows that no one's saying, no, I won't help you right now.
Yeah.
Twitter is showing that everybody is reaching out and doing their best and helping each other get through this. So just ask.
It's a great point. Also, just shows, that's why I know for a fact we will get back to normal, is because
Absolutely.
you can feel it, you can see it, and it's no doubt. It, like you said, you're anxious. I'm anxious. It's nerve wracking. It's because there's uncertainty. But you
Mm-hmm.
have to have certainty. You have to know that we've had pandemics, we've had world wars, we've had awful situations, we've lost a lot of people before. We will come back from this.
For sure. Absolutely.
Eric Posa, Copeland Technology Solutions. Thanks again, man, because I know how busy your time is. I really do appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, Steve. Any.
You can download all of our Sidewalk Talk podcasts on your podcast platform of choice. You can also watch any of our podcasts by visiting our website, shovelthesidewalk.com. They're all there for you. If you know someone like Eric or anybody that can help others during this difficult time, go on our website, fill out a form. You have a story to tell, or if it's an inspirational story, let us know. We will put you on the podcast. Again, thanks to Eric Posa from Copeland Technology Solutions. Thanks again for listening and for everybody watching and participating. We will get through this. I'm Steve Fortunato, and this has been Sidewalk Talk.